Okay, you guys, I just read this incredible piece of fan fiction called The Nanite Smuggler, and I absolutely have to talk about its time travel mechanic. Seriously, it's one of the most brilliant and frankly terrifying concepts I've ever encountered, and it completely redefines the stakes of changing the past.
You know, the classic time travel question, right? We've all thought about it. Going back in time to fix just one little mistake, or maybe prevent one big disaster. It's the standard fantasy, this idea that a single tiny change can just ripple through history for the better.
But what if you could do way more than just nudge the timeline? What if you could just delete it? I mean, completely erase our reality and replace it with a brand new one. Well, that's the terrifying and incredible premise we're exploring today.
So this story's approach to time travel, it's not about paradoxes or branching timelines or any of that stuff. This is about total, absolute replacement. And to really understand how it works, we have to look to one of the true giants of the genre.
That's right, Isaac Asimov. The Nanite Smuggler builds its entire model for temporal physics on his 1955 novel, The End of Eternity. Now, that book was all about a secret society of time travelers who are basically managing all of human history. And for this story, that's not just an homage, it's the core of how its universe actually works.
And the author is super clear about where the idea came from, which I love. This quote from the story's notes just lays it all out, showing this huge respect for the genre's roots. They're using Asimov's genius as a launchpad for a whole new kind of adventure.
Okay, so this visualization of the reality chain just reveals something so profound about how time works in this universe. See, it's not a single river that we can just divert. It's more like a series of distinct, totally self-contained histories. So think of the Asimov reality and the Ecolier reality not as alternate timelines, but as entirely separate books in the same cosmic library. You can't just edit a page. You have to swap out the entire volume.
So a reality change? It's not an edit. It's a complete system wipe, a factory reset on the universe. When a new reality is triggered, the old one and everyone and everything in it just ceases to have ever existed. I mean, the stakes just could not be higher.
And this incredible power isn't just background lore. It's a tool that the main character, a nanotech scientist named Tahiri, actually uses to pull off this impossible heist. She's jumping across different versions of history to secure a future for these new beings she's created. Her plan is so ingenious. She uses these different historical timelines like they're strategic assets. She builds her secret lab in one reality, she creates her alibi in another, and then she executes the final phase of her plan in a third. She's literally hopping between entire universes to cover her tracks and get the resources she needs for her new replicoids.
And this is why she needs to jump between these realities. The Asimov reality, it has the planet she needs for her cover story, but its tech is just too slow. The Ecolier reality, on the other hand, has the advanced nanoknit tech she needs, all thanks to contact with an alien species called the Fruwu. She's basically using the best parts of different histories to achieve her goal.
Okay, so the story's use of Asimov's ideas is already super impressive. But what comes next? Oh man, this is what elevates it from a great homage to something truly wild.
I mean, think about it. How do you master a time technology that was conceived by a sci-fi legend? How would you find all the backdoors and hidden features?
The answer is you don't. You get the man who wrote the manual. The characters create what's called a zeptite replicoid, which is basically a perfect, self-aware copy built from programmable nanomaterials of Isaac Asimov himself, and they bring him right into the plot.
This moment from scene 23 is just perfect. You can feel the absolute shock and disbelief in the words of T. Tigree's replicoid. I mean, imagine coming face to face with the man whose ideas literally shape your universe. It's just such a brilliant meta twist. And he is not just a cameo. They create two copies of him from different points in his life, and they're constantly arguing with each other, which is just hilarious. But they're also absolutely crucial to the plot. The younger one has the access codes to unlock the full power of their technology, all because of his experiences in a different reality. So, what makes this time travel concept so compelling? Well, it all comes down to the stakes. This isn't about saving one person or fixing one event. It is about the life or death of existence itself. And this isn't some smooth transition. It is a violent, cosmic birth. The current reality is literally torn apart just to make way for the next one. And, like we said, everything and everyone in it is just erased from existence.
And this chilling line from Terrianon, a character from way in the future, it shows you where this all ultimately leads. The goal is no longer just to survive your timeline. The goal becomes to purposefully destroy your own reality, to terminate your own existence, all in the hope that you can trigger a better one to take its place.
So I'll leave you with this terrifying thought. If you had the power to create a perfect world, but the price was the complete and total annihilation of our own, would you push the button? It's a question that makes this one of the most compelling sci-fi concepts I have ever encountered.